Looking to treat yourself or a loved one to a cellular upgrade this holiday season but don't want to break the bank? Then look no further, because the A80 Pro Quad Camera Budget King is definitely for you. Not only does it feature 4 rear cameras, a 6.49 in-cell water drop screen that I'm sure you'll want to be watching my videos on, a ridiculous amount of battery life, and 64 gigabytes of storage. It features all of the top-notch security features such as facial recognition and a fingerprint reader. It's equipped with Android 9.0 software, and its LTE network spans worldwide. It's also available in 4 different colors: blue, red, green, and black. Today, the company Blackview announced the start of its sales and its budget model, Blackview A80 Pro. This smartphone will now sell for a fantastic price of only $79.99. For this super price, the buyer gets all the main features that a top-notch phone has, such as a quad camera, which is 13 megapixels, and a screen with a thickness of only 8.8 millimeters, and also, again, an amazingly powerful battery and fingerprint scanner. So be sure to click the link down below today in order to take advantage of this fantastic price. Growing up within reach of Detroit, Michigan, in the city of Pontiac, hockey was at the epicenter of Bryan Rust's life. But for Rust, the road to the NHL was understandably harder than it is for most, as a forward since childhood has suffered from a speech impediment. Bryan, along with his older brother Matt, learned the fundamentals of speech in grade school during speech therapy while learning the fundamentals of hockey. But for Bryan, he says having someone close who could sympathize drastically helped his case. "I've kind of embraced it," Bryan says. "My older brother has the same thing. It's kind of something we've grown up with together and just dealt with. I've had a lot of people around me that have been really supportive with it. Sometimes it's not so bad. Sometimes it's really bad. It's just one of those things that I've learned to deal with," he says. And it was during his time with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins of the AHL that he proved just that, as Bryan, following the 2015-16 season, was given the team award as the player who was most cooperative with the media. And it was then that Rust became a transparent advocate for the cause, and still is today. Speaking of Wilkes-Barre Scranton, Bryan wasn't the only Rust to have played for the Pittsburgh Penguins affiliate, as his brother Matt, who was a former first-round pick of the Florida Panthers, ended up inking a PTO for the 2011-2012 season with the Penguins, and appeared in 43 games for the club. The two chose a strikingly similar path before joining the team, as both players played for the United States National Development Program's under-17 and under-18 teams, and after proceeded to play college hockey, Matt for the University of Michigan and Bryan for Notre Dame. When Bryan Rust and Matt Murray won the Stanley Cup in back-to-back seasons together, it was something truly special for the pair, who were not only teammates in Pittsburgh but also in Wilkes-Barre, before making their NHL debuts. Rust, who was drafted in 2012, and Murray 2 years later, began bonding in the spring of 2014. The duo went from being roommates, first on the road and then at home, before renting out the home of the former team assistant equipment manager, Teddy Richards. The two bonded through similarities such as both regularly indulge in the home renovation channel, HGTV, and were conservative financially. Following finding permanent living situations with their now wives, the two are happy to be neighbors, but maybe, just maybe, not as happy as their wives. "Those two got pretty close," Rust says. "Us and our wives go out to dinner quite a bit." Murray, who is now in his mid-20s, cherishes the relationship he's had with Rust over the years, saying, "It's crazy, when I met Rusty, I would have been 19, he says. "It's been 6 or 7 years. It's crazy when I think of how we've played together for so long. I feel like we've had the same steps around the same times and kind of come together and grown up together. We both got married this year and we're both still super tight. Our wives are both very good friends. It's just cool to have a guy like that. A guy that I feel like has been a really good friend for so long," he says. Upon winning the Stanley Cup in Nashville for the second time, Bryan Rust was actually one of 6 National Development Program alums featured on the roster, half of which, including Kevin Porter and Ian Cole from Rust's home state of Michigan. Phil Kessel, Ron Hainsey, and David Warsofsky also had their names engraved on Lord Stanley's Cup. Besides Bryan and older brother Matt, who got to play hockey at the collegiate level, they weren't the only ones to inherit the apparently plentiful athletic gene in the Rust family. As sister Erica, who grew up playing soccer as a netminder, spent her entire college career playing for the University of Detroit Mercy, while making 230 saves before graduating with a teaching degree. She currently teaches English at North Farmington High School in Michigan and coaches the boys soccer team.